how to develop a vertical offer suite that allows you to 10x your income and impact while working way less hours. This is for all you awakened, conscious entrepreneurs out there who are here to transform humanity through your businesses, through the programs and offers that you are bringing forward. One of the biggest reasons why you aren't making the money you are desiring right now, as well as why you're spending so much time in your business, is you don't have an integrated vertical offer suite. I see this so much when people hire me for private coaching. They come into my mastermind and they join my membership, and I look at their businesses and they tell me that they're spending a lot of time, and many of you are very successful. Maybe you're making 20, 50, $100,000 a month, but yet you feel like you're working a lot. You feel like you're always in the business. You're not feeling like a CEO or an architect of the business. You often feel like an employee. And with this comes the feeling of hustle and grind, the feeling of competing, the feeling of, wow, I'm putting so much energy into this, but I feel like it could be so much better. I could feel like it is working a lot better than it is now. That's how you want to feel. And then I look at the offer suite, and there is often signs of continuous launching something in January, then middle of February and March. And it's this feast and famine. You have an influx of clients, then you have to build it up again. The reoccurring revenue in the business is not steady, which makes it hard to predict. If you can't predict cash flow, this creates insecurity and instability. This creates stress, and you're always creating. I know you're very multidimensional, but what happens is you're always creating, and then you end up getting burnt out of, I have to make another program, I have to do another group program, I have to do this. So the pathway to time freedom and time leverage as a coach, consultant, healer, therapist, someone with an online business, is to create what I call the triple stack. And this is a low, medium, and high ticket offer. Now, you likely have this. You're likely selling some type of high ticket coaching, some type of private package or mastermind. Many of you are. You're likely doing middle of the road group programs that are, 10, anywhere from $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. Usually stop and start, and then often there is a membership, or there's low ticket. Hey, get my workshop for $333, or hey, get my $7 bundle of these meditations or whatever. And often for many of you, there's an additional 10 to 15 to 20 products. Sometimes I have to laugh when I come in and people start showing me their product suite, and they made a lot of money, but man, they have also made a ton of freaking products. Some which was great, some that was maybe not so great, but it's just a lot of output. That's not the way of the awakened new earth entrepreneur that I work with. The way of the new earth entrepreneur that I work with is someone who wants to create the time freedom and still have massive impact and still make a lot of money with their business, but having the spaciousness to travel the world, to earth school your kids, to and do other projects if you're like me, building market gardens, a food abundance, travel, whatever it may be, meditating, going out to do yoga, seeing your friends, all the things that make life and this human experience so joyous without having to be a freaking employee in your business. So if you already have a triple stack, congratulations. We're just going to make some tweaks on it. And if you don't have a triple stack, this is an opportunity, an invitation to develop it. Now, one of the things I will say is that this can take a little bit of time to do well. There's experimentation and practice. Remember, being an entrepreneur during this golden age is one of experimentation, openness, flexibility, and willingness to be coached and willingness to adapt and try new things. That's what makes this such an exciting soul journey right now. So if you're not open to that, well, you could turn off this podcast. No hard feelings. I totally get it, but it's not really going to make sense for you to continue if you're in any of those low energetics. However, if you are feeling that you're ready for more ease and flow in your business, and you're prepared to show up for 3 or 6 months to making and implementing some of the tweaks that I suggest, you could be looking at a very transformational year when it comes to your revenue and how many clients were served by the end of 2024. So when a client comes to me, I always say, we're going to work on this offer stack, the triple stack. while you're still doing your other things because you don't want to stop the flow of income. This is going to be about retweaking and planning for the future. I usually say, let's focus on getting one of these things up and running in 60 days. Now, if you're an entrepreneur who has clients and you're doing things, these processes can take anywhere from 30 to 60 to 90 days for one of them. The mid ticket could take 30 to 60, 90 days. The high ticket could take that long. Now, you can get MVPs, minimum viable products, of these offers out while I'm going to explain how you build out the automation so you get sales and applications while you sleep. You can get these offers out a little bit quicker, but I often find that those who have success in launching and bringing these new offers, remember, it's only launching once because we're talking scalability. So the offers we're going to build in the rest of this transmission are designed to be open enrollment. If you don't have open enrollment, it's going to be tough to scale. You have to get creative so your offers can continually bring people in. Now, you don't have to be constantly marketing your low, your mid, and your high. You will rotate it. You'll rotate talking about it. However, there's no more launch. There's no more feast and famine. We're building funnels that continually generate more revenue, serve more clients, and create more cash flow. I typically encourage the starting of a high or low ticket program and funnel because low ticket is a little bit more complicated. It's funny. It's easier to get someone to say yes to a $20,000 package of some sort than it is to get someone to say yes to a $77 masterclass in volume to make the same amount of money. It's much easier to get that $20,000 payment than it is to come in with 200 or 300 people saying yes to your 77. So let's start with the mid ticket. What I would do with a mid ticket, and remember, these are just things we work with. I have clients who it's not exactly like this. Some clients like to do seasonal intakes every quarter. Some clients like to do open and stop. However, we're talking scalability, and there's no doubt after coaching thousands of New Earth awakening entrepreneurs, if you want scalability, a true vertical stack, open enrollment into these programs is the way to go. You're going to make more money, period. Doesn't have to be like this, but it's something I want to invite you into because I'm talking ease. I'm talking how can you have more clients come in and be supported without feelings of burnout and overwhelm and stress, which come when you're constantly in the feast and famine launch cycles. So this mid ticket, I usually encourage, I would say about 80% of my clients end up doing this, where we look at 12 months. Why? 12 months of support in some type of container will allow for maximum transformation. They have time to do the deep work and integrate. It's 12 months. You can enroll anytime. Typically, we're looking at $1,000 to $5,000. Ideally, you're architecting it so the pay in full is very enticing. You have bonuses for that are enticing, that make it look like they're getting $50,000 of value for that $5,000 or that $2,500. This is what we work on in the back end, that market psychology piece when you come into New Earth business coaching. And while I can't fit everything I would do for your mid ticket into this short transmission, I will say the ideal funnel for this is to build some type of evergreen, you might term it a webinar, a training, a workshop, where someone comes in, they get massive value, and they get an invitation to your program. Some people, some coaches, some healers, therapists find that if the program's $1,000, you can get someone to go straight from that webinar when it's really well done. You're really getting them excited. You've painted desire, as I talk about a lot, and they'll pay you right there. You wake up with PayPal and Stripe notifications in your email. Some people can pull it off with $5,000. I pull it off with $5,000 on some of my older webinars. Some people do well with moving them to an application or a call after that, especially when it's close to the $5,000 range. That can be figured out. But how great would it be to wake up with multiple applications of someone saying, hey, I want to get into your program. This is why I'm a fit for your program. Because remember, building in an application process is a very powerful psychological tool, because it essentially, you're not saying, hey, everyone can come in. It's saying, hey, tell me, share with me, prove to me while you're a good fit. And that brings a lot of more value energetically to your program. And you design your program in a way that there's support all the way throughout. I call it a hybrid program. You'll likely have some recordings, some type of pre-recorded thing that takes them on a journey, as well as ongoing calls. That way, people can come to the ceremonies, the calls, the Zooms, the Q&As, the trainings, whatever you call them, at any point in their journey. And if they have questions, you can refer them to the recorded material as well as help them live. And this can be a great way to build a community. In a way, it's kind of like a high paid membership program, but you encourage pays in fulls, and they're locked in for the full 12 months of payment if they want a payment plan. Get that working. Have that webinar with emails all sorted out. It'll take you a few months to build. Come work with me. We can fast track that process. When that's done, great. You have your mid tickets. It's open enrollment. You're showing up once or twice a month to do the calls to everyone. You're not building in a bunch of private calls and things like that. So it's not that time for money model nearly as much. And they're still getting a lot of transformation through your recorded materials. This is really key for scalability. Then move into a high ticket. You can maybe start with high ticket, then do medium after. High ticket's very simple. Open enrollment, 3, 6, 12 months. I really like private or mastermind saying, hey, 12 months. Why? They're a change maker. They're going to have more transformation when they work with you deeper. And a lot of these things that we go through, yes, accelerators are great, but how about being in the energy where you can communicate the value of being in this program for 12 months and then charge a premium for all of the energy facilitation, resources, and contain sacred space and that you've created. You can also do it with private. This one's easy. Come up with an irresistible offer that you really feel confident could generate $250,000 to $500,000 minimum per year. Scalable, where you can continue to bring people in on $10,000, $20,000 payments, and they still feel the intimacy. They get served amazingly. They have massive transformation, and you can just keep accepting applications. This one, because it's a high ticket one, I would never recommend that you just say, hey, pay me $20K, you'll come in. You'll get a percentage of people like that, absolutely. Sometimes you can say, hey, I have a great offer. This is what's going to do. You paint the desire. They reach out in the DMs. They sign up. I love that. That works great when your content's really killer. And it's also important that you build that automated funnel in front of it that takes them on a journey very similar to the mid-ticket, and then an application call or an application form. They fill out the application. Your next step from there is like, hey, you're a right fit. Let's get some clarifying info, sign up right here. No problem there. Or you might get on a call. I don't personally do calls, but I do have clients who love calls. And for certain, for instance, I have a client who works with middle-aged women who are finding themselves for the first time after being empty nesters. They don't really know what their purpose is. They want to know what their purpose is. They're a change maker, but they don't really know it. She's found that it's much easier to get on a phone call with them because they're not really on Facebook. They're not really texting too much. So she does have a call in her process, but you don't necessarily have to. But if there is going to be a call in it, it's usually for the high ticket. I don't want you doing a bunch of calls for a $5,000 program. If you can't sell a $5,000 program off of your content organically, your automated workshop that invites them with a pitch at the end to an application where you just vet them and then you send the link. Personally, I think you have a problem with your funnel and your process and your offer and your marketing message, and you need to clean that up. Otherwise, you're just making it harder than you need to. And then we go into the low ticket, which can look very different. I think a great low ticket is a monthly membership. Hey, sign up for $97, no strings attached. Here's all the value. It's the best place to be on the internet, because remember, that's what the memberships are all about, creating the best place on the internet for your soulmate client to come hang out and be in community and pay to be in that proximity. And you use that membership once it's built out to say, hey, okay, come be in this membership for $500 or $1,000 for 12 months. You got support, all this great energy is here, amazing. And then you're essentially bringing them into your vortex, bringing them to your medicine, into your movement, into your work, into your transformation. And then you're offering them to go up the vertical to the mid and the high. Now, a lot of people, when you have a really good membership, will go straight to high. They'll go from low to high. Some will go from mid to high. Sometimes people will do the mid thing and then they'll jump down, but they will move vertically. Horizontally is, hey, I'm going to jump into this program. I'm going to buy that course. I'm going to do that, which is fine. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying, if you want to have a scalable business, launching courses and things like that all the time aren't that great. One of the things that I see a lot of people do, including myself and my beloved, who has her business soulmate strategy, is we actually have taken a lot of the really high level courses that we launched and marketed before, and we've actually put them into our mid, low, and high as bonuses, as material to study, as the pre recorded sections. And it's really great because we've created so much time freedom, more time freedom for ourselves. So the high, mid, low, the triple stack can be really great. And remember, as with everything in life, in business, in relationship, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. However, I guarantee if you are intentional for 6 months on building a low, high, and mid, and you become a master at communicating your marketing message to an ideal client, one that you would consider a soulmate client that lights you up, that brings joy and ease and creativity to you and to the client. This is a really powerful way to do it. You can do it quickly. Imagine if 1 year from now you came into my high proximity containers at New Earth Business here, and we took your business where you're at, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 months, maybe some inconsistency launching where there's a lot of time pressure. You feel like you're in their business a lot. And we re-architected it. So a year from now, you have 3 core funnels that are generating hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're tweaking them, of course. We have to tweak. This is an experiment, but you're generating hundreds of thousands of dollars from each one. But you're not getting on more calls. You're not creating a ton of more new content. You're literally getting on a couple of calls a week, or no, a couple of calls a month, maybe a week if you like that, but a couple of calls a month. People are lit up, they're excited, the energy's high. You've developed a movement into there, which I'm an expert at helping you do. Take your established business into $1 million movement. So you have that movement energy. You will have so much success with that. And then if you want to add another vertical stack in there somewhere, amazing. But we must simplify to amplify. So many conscious awakening entrepreneurs aren't making the money that they deserve, and they're working too much time in their business because they don't have a proper triple stack, a low, medium, high. They think they do, but it's not built in a scalable manner, and they don't have pathways that bring people in while they sleep. If you want to change that, I want you to reach out to me at newearth.business, at newearth.business on social media. That's literally New Earth and the period sign business. That's also my website, www.newearth.business. And tell me that you were listening to this episode about this triple stack and that you are ready to bring in more joy to your business, more ease, more flow while you scale with simplicity. What happens when you do this? Well, your entire frequency expands as the CEO of your business. More people are magnetized to your movement, and by extension, more money, more impact, more collaboration invitations, more testimonial shares, more DMs of people loving your work. That's what happens when you move into this triple stack and are supported by New Earth Business Coaching. I'm looking forward to hearing from you and supporting you. And remember, these transmissions are every single day focusing on consciousness, leadership, and New Earth business. I'll see you in a future episode and in the DMs.